Well guys, after tonight's shift, I'm handing in my vest, my belt, and sadly, my badge. Guys, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm going back upstairs to hotel reservations to my nice, quiet, hopefully uneventful cubicle. So what I'm going to do now is just answer some questions that people have been asking me. And the big one is, why did you even go from hotel reservations to security? And the simple answer is, I wanted the exposure. This is my first big resort gig. I mean, I've never worked at a hotel before, and all I was doing was going from my car to my cubicle, back to my car, and I wasn't experiencing anything. So security has given me that opportunity to be exposed to a lot of different things, both good and bad. I've been friends in PAD, housekeeping, front desk, horticulture, facilities. I've really got to know the property a lot better and see different aspects of it that most people don't get exposed to. So that was my big reason from going from resort services to security. So some of the people that knew I was transferring back to resort services asked me, hey, what's the most interesting thing you've done since being in security? I tell you what, I'm going to take it all the way back to the academy and say getting blasted in the face with Saber Red while doing mock holds with my partner Jillian. So if you guys are in the department and you're watching this video, go check out the trainers and go, hey, where is that video of Chemo getting blasted in the face with this and getting decontaminated? Because it was like I was praying to God. So if I take a summary of all the things I've done, I'd have to say the most interesting is getting blasted in the face with Saber Red. How's about some of the coolest things I've seen? The first thing that comes to mind is watching the sunrise on the roof of the Palazzo. It's one of the tallest buildings in Las Vegas, and the view from the strip up there is almost endless. You can see like the horizon to the mountain, and watching the sun rise over the mountains, it was pretty special. So there's one of the things that sticks out in my mind. And of course you run into a junk load of celebrities. The first one I seen was Nelly, 6:30 in the morning, yelling at a Baccarat dealer. I think they almost tossed him out of the building, but that was my first experience. Shaquille O'Neal came walking through a lobby. He gave me some nugs. He was like, hey, what's up, man? That guy was so tall, I think I might have came up to his kneecap. Emmett Smith came through a lobby, and I was like, hey, Mr. Smith. He was like, hey, how's it going? That guy was such a humble guy. Nick Jonas and his fiancée stuck their head out of a window because I was waving them through a checkpoint, and they said hi. The big one for me, though, was doing an escort for Tony Bennett. And I said, hey, how's it going, Mr. Bennett? And he was like, hey. So those are some of the coolest things I've seen since being in security. What about stuff that I learned that I didn't expect to learn about? Stuff like how heavy this freaking belt is with the handcuffs, the baton, the spray, the radio, flashlight. Some guys carry a firearm. This thing can get up to 25 to 30 pounds depending on what is on this thing. And that's when I learned that you need these guys right here, these belt keeper things, in order to stop this from falling around your waist. Something else the average person doesn't think about is when you have somebody in restraints, it's very difficult to get them out of those restraints if your key is that short. And most of us are used to seeing handcuff keys like this. But that's why they make this extension. You can get in there and get them out of the restraints a lot easier. Now, I've never had to put anybody in restraints, but just in case I did, I got one of these key extensions. A few other things that I didn't really think about was wearing a vest and that hot, prickly itch that you get right around here and in the middle of your back. And if you don't have like a collapsible back scratcher, you're just kind of shifting that vest around hoping that you can hit that right area. Another thing is radio traffic. There are some guys that can understand 100% of the time radio traffic. For me, I could understand what was going on the radio maybe like 60% of the time, but there's some guys that are like eating the and then you hear 10-4 copy. What are you talking about? Did not understand how they could do that, but I guess they've been doing it for a while and it was very easy for them. But I was always really impressed how some people could just understand and pick up on everything that went on the radio. And if you ask me what posts I like to do, I was a static post guy. I was an outdoor guy. So at the lobbies, checkpoints, duty desks, all those things I enjoyed doing because I knew that it would keep me away from the casino floor and all of the Nevada gaming laws and regulations. That was my main concern. I didn't want to have anything to do with that stuff. So did I enjoy being outside in 32-degree weather? Absolutely. I would have rather dealt with that than Nevada gaming laws. Alright guys, that's pretty much all I gotta say about being a security officer in a casino. I just want to take some time right now to thank everybody on the overnight shift, starting with the managers, the SAM units, to the 3 FTOs I had, from taking me from being so green to where I got to, and everybody, all the other officers on the overnight staff. Remember, don't hesitate to get full 08. I'll catch you guys later.